Boundaries and friendships can be really tricky, but you have to have them when it comes to friendships. If you have a friend that you express things to about your spouse or your significant other, and when they're around your partner, they make it very obvious that they are displeased with that person, that is not someone you should be talking to. And that's why it is important to have more than one person in your life, because, and it's not to make that person good or bad, right? That's just how they do things. It's not a good trait to have, but people are people, right? So if you are confronted with friendships like that, that's not the friend to divulge your information to. Not at all, because that person doesn't know boundaries. Friendships sometimes can become possessive. And that was never a trait that I liked. Never. I never liked feeling possessed over friendships. But some friendships are very possessive. And people are very possessive, because when you bring new people around, people become threatened by it for some reason. But that's really low vibrational people, to be honest with you. People who really need to work on themselves. People who lead with their shadow and not their true self, right? It is what it is. But that's a really important thing to know. It really is. Whether you're with that person for years and years and years, or you're just meeting that person and just getting to know them, or you're in the mid stages of, whatever stage in the relationship you're in, you definitely need an outlet. You need to have someone to talk things about with what you're feeling, right? Like, you need to vent. My advice is to take it to God or take it to a therapist. I know that I am definitely a lock and key for a lot of my clients. Confidentiality is super important, and loyalty is to me. So I don't feel comfortable. I feel not comfortable with people thinking that they can't trust me, right? It's so important for me to be trustworthy for people. But boundaries are important, because you need to know who you can talk things to and who you can't. Regardless of the duration of the relationship, that's your relationship, right? That's your private domain. And people don't have a right to include themselves in your private relationship. You need to have friends around you who understand those boundaries, right? Friendships that don't feel like they should take precedence over the person you sleep with every night, right? Those friendships are unhealthy. They're very unhealthy. And I've seen those type of friendships for years and years and years around, my own circle. I've seen that within clients and everywhere. I mean, everyone has, right? Not healthy relationships. People who feel like they own you don't belong in that space in your life. They just don't. And you need to prioritize where they do belong, because that's just super unhealthy.